motherhood. Look at it. Home from work, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday and Sunday. Cooking and cleaning. And then helping the children with their homework. Dinner time. And then it's time for bed. Hello, everyone. Hello. I am your host, Lady Dar, founder of this wonderful organization, Walking Them Shoes. I'm here with another episode of Sister Circle Social Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, ladies and gents, don't forget, since you're here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. I need you to hit the subscribe button. I need you to hit the like button. I also need you to hit the share button. Welcome to Walking Them Shoes YouTube channel. I am here bringing you another episode, which is our candid conversation here on Walking Them Shoes platform. I'm here with my oldest daughter, Shaquetta Carter. Welcome to the show, Shaquetta Carter. We're having candid conversation here, and our topic for tonight is parenting, motherhood, juggling, working full time, and just her journey as a single mother. So welcome, Shaquetta.
Thanks, Mom.
You want to say hello to everyone?
Hey, y'all, what's up?
She is normally not this quiet at all. But Shaquetta is my oldest child. I won't give her age, but she is over 30. She's a parent of 3 beautiful children. And I'm not just saying beautiful because they're my grandbabies. I'm saying beautiful because they are really, really beautiful babies, y'all. They are at the ages of
10, 8, and 6.
Can you speak up a little bit? I don't know why she's talking so
6.
soft because she don't normally talk this soft. 10, 8, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
So she has 3 children, a son and 2 daughters, and those are my babies, y'all. So it ain't about me, but it is about this beautiful queen that's sitting next to me. And as a mother, I can say that I've watched her from the very first time giving birth to her son, how she's evolved and now being a full-time mother of 3 children and 3 children that are in school. So Shaquetta lives on her own. She's parenting her 3 children who are in preschool. And y'all know raising children today in preschool is tough. So Shaquetta, I want to ask you, as a mother of 3 children, and I was a mother of 3, I am a mother of 3, and I know what it's like to raise 3 children on your own, and I know the ups and the downs, and it is all a blessing. We know children are a blessing and can be a blessing to you, but yet times can be rough emotionally because you have to give of yourself in every area of being. I mean, like your soul, your mental, your physical, your financial, like everything. So Shaquetta, parenting 3 children, I'll probably ask you towards the end, like, what would you suggest? What would be something that you can recommend to our audience and being a single mother? But before we get to that part, I want to ask you, in parenting 3 children, what do you find to be the most challenging? Well, even if you don't want to start with that, don't mean to cut you off, but you can start with either what do you find to be the highlights and what do you find to be the most challenging?
I know this sounds so pageant, but for real, you know, kids is dying every day. So I don't think it's just one particular thing that's a highlight, being a mother and being able to be in the moment with your kids and enjoy it. I'm not saying like, you know, I love this life, I'm happy all the time. 89% of the time I'm burnt out, but I don't have just like one thing that makes it a highlight, you know.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'm blessed to just be their mother, be able to be sane in the moment and like, you know, just present for real. So I don't really think it's like one thing that's like a highlight for me.
That's kind of good. There's not one thing that's just a highlight. Overall, she's blessed. She's saying that she's blessed just to be a mother. And yes, you're absolutely right. Our children are gifts to us, and God anointed and appointed you to be their mother. So that in itself is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So you speak about burnout.
Mm.
That's a hot topic.
Yeah.
What is burnout?
Like I don't be having nothing left to give nobody, not even myself. after a day with them is just like the only thing I can do is eat, shower, and sleep.
Eat, shower, and sleep. I guess a lot of mothers can relate to that. A lot of single mothers, a lot of mothers that are married, mothers, period, because we are the ones. We're the ones that hold the glue together. We're the ones that hold the family together. And, whether it's parenting a son or whether it's parenting girls, we know that there is a challenge. And you do some of us get far in between, but we do get that moment where we can breathe. But what happens when you don't have that moment to breathe? Like when you find yourself where in your normal everyday activity, let's use Monday through Friday, for instance, it's the get up. The alarm goes off. It's the get up. You get yourself together or you get the kids together. Or as the kids are getting themselves together, you're getting yourself together. Like, what's the rhythm for you?
I get up, I get them ready. It's not much I have to do because they're all at an age where they can really kind of like, we set our stuff out at night so they know what they supposed to do when they get up. And, that's really like the easiest part of my day is getting us up and getting everybody out the door because when you kind of like implement a routine young, it's like they just pick up and they know what we doing in the morning. I don't really be playing.
Tip number one, ladies. Tip number one, get a routine going.
Yeah, that's real essential. And we out the door, dropping them off at school, and I'm going to work, picking them up from aftercare. One of them going to have practice. We have practice, and we usually eating on the go. We come home, do homework, shower, eat, go to sleep, and we do the same thing
all over
Tuesday,
again.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Wow. And then sometimes it seems as if you really don't get a break because, as you mentioned, one of them go to practice after school, and then Saturday and sometimes Sunday they're in practice as well, right?
Yeah.
That's a full-time schedule. So it's a full-time schedule for women who are not raising young children and just taking care of themselves, just getting up and going to work every day. But imagine being the mom having to get yourself together and get your children together. Yes, we all look at that like we could do that with our eyes closed. That might not be the issue. That might not be the concern. It might not be the challenge for some of us, many of us, all of us. But yet, nonetheless, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes patience. And sometimes as a single mom, what is patience? Sometimes you just don't have it. You're exhausted. And as you say, at the end of the day, she have enough energy, enough strength to just even shower and go to bed. And I'm sure you are hugging that pillow tight. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So as a mother, as a young mother, we're speaking to some of the young mothers out here. What would you recommend? I mean, like, I know sometimes as a young adult, we'll say, you know what, yes, I have this child, and she's, not saying that all of us are not fortunate if we have different fathers, if each of our children have different fathers. She's pretty fortunate to have her children all have the same father. So if you have a child that you have one father here and you have another father here, you may get a break with this child being able to go with this father, but yet this child is home with you. So it's still like you don't get that break. But what would you recommend to any of the young women out here who are having children now and who, may be pregnant and find themselves in a situation where they may just be the only parent? Like, what would you suggest to them? What would you recommend?
I recommend a lot of me time. I know when I first had my kids, I was like so like hell bent on like upholding this like perfect appearance, like I could do this and do that for my kids and do this and do that. I'm like now just learning like these last 2 years, just like it's okay to be like, I'm sitting this practice out. We're not going. I just need a day, like just to sit in the house, do nothing, like, and not feel guilty for missing one practice or one game or one show. Like I feel like making time for yourself is very, very important. Whether your thing is to drink, go out with your girlfriends or your male friends, or soak in a tub, or just sit in the house and do nothing. Like, and I'm real big now on like, the older you get and the more caught up you get with like your own life and sometimes get real for you and it hits you like in unexpected ways. So it causes you to step back from like, the crew you used to hang with or whatever. I'm real big now with trying to strengthen my relationship with God because, some days I'll be like, man,
And you
I'm
keeping
done
it
with it.
real, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
making time for yourself and, whatever your religion is, whoever you pray to, I think that's real big too, because sometimes it ain't like, damn, I just need a break from my kids, or you get that break from your kids and your mental still feeling cloudy, or like you just still feeling like off. I think prayer and reading your Bible or your Quran or whatever it is that you do, I think that's like
not the
that's
Quran.
huge.
No,
That's
no, no.
major.
It's like, no, I'm just joking.
Whatever you do, whoever your
Right.
God is, I think is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to have a relationship with him because it's hard.
And it is. And I think that's where the balance coming at. And I think that when we don't find that balance, it's all a part of finding what works for you and what you can squeeze in. Our time is very valuable, but sometimes as a parent, especially to young kids, we don't even own some time, but we have to squeeze it. We have to make it. We have to make some time for ourselves. And yes, those baths, those hot soaking times in the tub, that is essential. That right there is, it gives you like a reboost. And then also tips on maybe a suggestion would be for you to, as you said, get into your word. And I remember before being really saved, my go-to was soaking in a tub, having a glass of wine, and just lighting my candles and relaxing. And then over time, that was like, okay, this is not enough. Like, I still need more. I needed something really to take me away from the everyday stress, to take me away from mommy mode, to take me away from being an employee, and just some time to do what I wanted to do. But it kind of had to be a little bit away from it. And as you mentioned, hanging with your girlfriends or hanging with some of your male friends or whomever, just being able to get out of the atmosphere in which you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So you found that to be very beneficial for you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to say, and I have to commend my daughter because she works full time, and I have to say she was working full time almost up until she was due to deliver. And then I think with one of the babies, she went back to work 6 weeks, like literally 6 weeks after she delivered. And I was totally against that, but she did. And nonetheless, she works. She works hard. She, I must say, is a very fashionable person. So she makes sure that she's not only in tip-top shape, she's not making sure that she look good, that her children look good as well. She always, every year, probably about 2 times, 3 times, probably about 4 times a year, is faithful and consistent with taking these children up out of the area in which she lives and traveling. And I'm not just talking about just car rides, I'm talking about plane rides. So there are some parents out here that are not fortunate to be able to do that. Would you recommend, like, what would you recommend for them? Like, having an opportunity to save, because we know as a mother sometimes what is saving when you have 3 little kids. Like, what would you recommend? What if there's a mother out there that watch you on social media and say, Dad, you always look together, and see, this is candid conversation. So we're laid back, we're chilling, and we're just like lounging in our, everyday wear, and just kind of, sitting here having a conversation about real things in life, because that's what it's about. We're keeping it 100, as the younger people say, and we're just keeping it real and just showing you our everyday life and how we make it through. So what would you suggest as a mother, a young mother of 2, a young mother of 3, how do you even manage to be able to take your children on trips? Because yes, of course, she has 3 kids. So that means 3 birthdays. She's doing something each and every, when I say each and every birthday, Mom, we got to pack for this. Mom, we going here. Mom, we doing this. So how would you say, like, what would you recommend to a younger woman, a younger lady who is out here having these young children? How can she be able to afford some of the things that would allow her children to enjoy away from home, time away from home?
I would definitely say don't get caught up in the social media aspects of things, especially not my Instagram. A lot of my posts are of our, when I say our, I'm talking about me and my children, our happy moments. I don't, I'm not posting, when I'm upset, when I'm overwhelmed, when one of my kids is in trouble, or they just going through the motions. So I don't think getting caught up in social media is real smart to do. Like, and I think social media breaks is real important. I'm doing one right now.
Social media breaks. Oh,
Yeah, because you
okay.
just get
Oh,
so
yeah.
caught up and like, damn, she got it together. That's not. I know for me, that's not my truth. Like some days, I'm on the phone with my mom and I just want to vent to her because it's like I just went through it with this one. Now I'm going through it with this one. Now I gotta go up to the school. So I'm not always happy. I'm not always put together. Sometimes, in order for my kids, to look how I feel like they're supposed to look. Sometimes I gotta go without. Sometimes it's a week and a half for me at work and sweats and whatever. My nails not always done. I got this head real low because my lashes is looking crazy. So sometimes I'm not always like tip top shape, but don't get caught up in social media aspect and do for your kids what you can, because really honestly, like they enjoy when we go on our trips and when we do nice things for their birthday, but a lot of the time, a lot of our best moments is when we just sitting on the couch and kicking back, watching a movie, or I'm just sitting on my bed with them and I'm just giving them individual time to vent, to tell me about their day, to tell me about somebody in school that they don't like, somebody in school that they like. Like, I don't think you should, get caught up in that. But also trust your process while you're in the process. Your time might not be right now for you and your kids to travel. It could be in a few months, in a year. Like, everybody got their own time, and I just was blessed to find a rhythm and make certain stuff fit in my budget, and how that go.
That's what's up. That's good. That's good talk. So that is true. Don't get caught up with social media because it's a facade for some people. And a lot of times, yes, we're not saying that you should track your every moment and have your highs and your lows. But I think sometimes with people, we get caught up with seeing, dang, this person over here, they either traveling, they doing this, and we're constantly seeing their highs when there's that strong possibility. And we know for sure because life happens to all of us that yes, they are having a down moment. So it may look like Felicia or Sadia over there got it going on and they doing their thing. And, I'm not over here winning because I can't do this and do that. But boo, yes, you need to stay encouraged and know that, yes, as she just said, as Shaquetta just said, it might not be your time at that moment, but your time is coming. And trust me, anything that goes up must come down. And I'm not saying that for those people that are up are going to fall. I'm just saying that we have our times. There are seasons for everything. There's a season for us to blossom and to go through and have it all. And then there's seasons because if we didn't have these low seasons, we wouldn't be able to appreciate the good times, the high times. So yes, I do appreciate you giving that little suggestion for you, for the audience out here. So Shaquette, I really just thank you for allowing us to come into your world and, just kind of see how it is parenting because it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. Do you want to, excuse me, do you want to share with any tips to anyone in the audience? Besides what you've already said, but
Yeah, just going off of what I said, just, don't feel guilty for making, that time for yourself. Like, missing a practice, it'll be another one. Missing a game, they'll have another one. Like, or even being in your pride with asking for help. I'm learning that too. Like, I'm picking up the phone and calling both grandmoms. Like, yeah, I need help. I need somebody to pick. Yeah, I need help. Like, I'm learning to now, like, it doesn't hurt me to just be like, yo, I'm overwhelmed. I need some help. Somebody come get one of them. Somebody help me take them to this practice, or they not go. Like, don't get caught up in being too prideful to ask for help. Pray, and just like it's kind of hard to get out your body and really look like, damn, kids is dying left and right. So the moments that you and your kids is vibing, and whether y'all sitting in a house, y'all at McDonald's, wherever, like, just enjoy that moment. Try to be present in that moment because you just never know. Like, what they dealing with when they walk away and when they're away from you, and the shit is, my bad, the stuff you got to deal with when you walking away from them and you leaving. So, you know, I just, those things is what I'm just learning now at 32 myself, and my kids is, you know, 10, 8, and 6. I'm just now learning these things like within the past 2 years, and I'm slowly implementing each thing, like, you know, and it takes time, but I feel like, you know, trying to implement these things in your life, it don't have to be consistent, just sporadically until you get your own groove. I think it's real important, because, you know, motherhood is not for the weak. Whether your kid's father is present, you know, they're not, whatever. Motherhood is like, it ain't for the weekend, you know.
The
Show you
motherhood,
if it's a woman or a girl that you had a baby by, for real.
Motherhood is not for the weak, she said. But wouldn't you say if it is? I mean, so if someone is weak, this will help them mature very quick.
Trust the process. You'll get there.
Yeah. But I can say in the process, you know, that you've evolved. And I think that for them that are young and having children, you might not know it all. But if you just think about these points that she just gave you, you know, praying is one, you know, communicating, you know, don't be afraid, put your pride aside and don't be afraid to ask for help, you know, and take that time for yourself. You know, she mentioned quite a few tips here, and I just hope that this will help someone on a journey of motherhood. She invited us into her world, and I'm so grateful, because, again, a lot of times I look as a grandmother and think that it could be easy or that it should be easy, but not necessarily, because this is a whole different generation, a whole different type vibe out here. And as she says, staying present is key to raising productive children in society today. You know, in order for her to stay present, she got to have that me time. She got to have those moments where she's praying, covering herself and her children. She has to have these moments of journaling and, you know, finding herself, and even that balance away from her children, so she can maintain a healthy me, a healthy her, a healthy, you know what I'm saying. So again, Shaquetta Carter, thank you so much, my oldest daughter here. I really appreciate you allowing us this time into your world. So listen, back to y'all. Sister Circle Social Show. I hope y'all are enjoying the episodes. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. For my returning subscribers, I thank you so much for staying around, for walking them shoes. Walking them shoes, really, this platform is just to empower you and motivate you and inspire you and encourage you on your journey of becoming. I'm your host, Lady Dar. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. Hit that reminder bell, because that reminder bell will alert you when the next videos are dropped. And drop us a comment. Let us know what you would like to hear. And trust me, we love to talk about it here. Candid conversations. Thank you so much.